Hi everyone. Long time no see. It's been a very long time since I've made a video. My deepest apologies for that. I know many of you have been waiting, and I just have to say that thank you for being so patient. Thank you for still sticking around. I know it's been almost a month now, which I'm really upset about, but it's been a very chaotic month for me. Let's just say that life was being life, and I just had to roll with the punches, and I still am, and I've actually caught a little bit of a cold, but I'm pushing through and trying to get this love reading out for this month at least. I'm so thankful that you're still around, and I hope you've all been well. Of course, tiny announcement, we reached 1,000 subs a couple of weeks ago, which I'm super ecstatic about. Thank you so much for all the likes and kind comments and all the subs. I'm so happy about it, and let's all continue to keep going higher and empowering each other through these hopefully helpful readings, right? So, I didn't shuffle the cards yet. Yeah, I mean, I can tell you more about my situation, but let's just say, as I said at first, life has just been being life, as always, right? Has many ups and downs, and I was just trying my best to not let it keep going down. There was a lot of challenges that we all face, and I did my best to get through it. So enough talking. I'm here now. Let's light some sage to get the feeling going. I find this really helps a lot. So, I did not shuffle these cards yet, so I'm going to be shuffling these cards for a while. I know some of you like that. If you don't, feel free to skip through. I'll leave a timestamp below. And I just want to clarify that this is going to be a love reading for September 2018. It's simply, what is this person thinking? What are you dealing with? What is the messages that need to come through for you about the specific person you have in mind, okay? This is for people who are dating, who are in relationships, and possibly even single people. And we're not going to do any reversals today. We're going to take the cards as they are. I'll go with the feeling that I get from the card. So of course I won't discount anything from it, right? We'll take it all that it's worth, and we'll analyze the card for everything. So, at this time, just relax and enjoy the shuffling. I hope you've all been well. I hope you've all been happy. I hope you've all been enjoying life to the fullest, no matter what your situation is. Love reading. For the viewer who's watching, what is the person there doing? Who is this person? And what are they thinking? Also, for anyone who wants to have a private or personal one-on-one reading, feel free to check out my Etsy page. I've had some people reached out to me, and we had very successful readings for them, and it helped them a lot, which was really exciting. So definitely, if you feel like you can't wait for these monthly readings, definitely check out my Etsy page and we could work something out. So, let's keep shuffling a bit. Alright, let's for something. Alright. Let's for something. Who are we dealing with here? Please give me the answers. I hope all of you relax. Just concentrate on your breathing. Alright, the cards are ready. Feel it. I have a feeling. Ooh, okay, yeah. Yep, they're ready. There is a card that really wants to come out. I can feel it. Okay, here we go. Card number 1, 2, 3. Yep. Okay. So, the card number 1 will have an amethyst, and 2 will be a carnelian, and then 3 will have a tiger's eye. So, at this point, I would like you to just relax, concentrate. Don't think too hard, but concentrate on a card that you feel is calling out to you, whichever one that might be. Or perhaps a gemstone that you feel like is calling to you. Go for that. Okay. I'll leave a description box. I'm sorry, I'll leave a timestamp in the description box so you can jump to the cards. Okay. And I also want to excuse myself. Sorry if you hear me clearing my throat. Having a little bit of congestion. I hope that doesn't bother any of you listening. For the record, I don't feel like I'm sick, so I hope that doesn't rub off on you, that feeling of like someone not feeling well. Alright, so we have card number 1. Ooh, we have the 7 of Wands. Isn't that such a cool looking card? Okay. 7 of Wands. What are I thinking of? What is this person thinking? Okay. So, definitely, I feel that many of you might be dealing with somebody who... Okay, well, let's see. First thing I get is that there could have been a little bit of bickering or a little bit of a, not an argument, but a disagreement, possibly. Or, yeah, there could have been an argument, a breakup, a disagreement, or even an idea of something, of someone not agreeing with the same, being on the same page. This person seems like they don't want to back down. They made a decision and they want to keep their decision grounded. They're not budging. They're difficult to kind of, a little bit, yeah, there we go, a little bit stubborn, right? They seem to challenge you a bit. It seems like every time you want to talk to them, it's always like walking on eggshells with this person right now. It seems like they're always kind of challenging people all the time right now, right? And it seems like there's a disagreement of someone's choice of action of some sort. Seems like maybe one or the other wants to move or wants to move in together or wants to pursue something, and or is telling each other how to pursue something together. It's like it's almost like someone wanting a new job or wanting to start a new hobby or a new career path, and one or the other is not being supportive about it. This could be a career path of just like the illustration to card. It could be related to creativity, art. It could be related to creating stuff, like making crafts and like selling them online. Or it could be just starting a new venture of a sort, like maybe perhaps one of you is starting a new career path or has an idea, but there seems to be this fear of supporting each other because perhaps maybe one of the other feels like it's not lucrative, you can't make money from it, or they just don't believe it would work out. Like this for some of you. I think this would be more for someone who's in a relationship. That's who it's kind of reaching to. Okay, yeah. Right. This person is very nervous about something. This person is afraid of something. That's the vibe I'm getting. It's a vibe of fear, of some sort of fear, a fear of commitment, a fear of something that they have to deal with their own life. This person might be they might have to do something really big that they're really afraid of, and it's kind of making them kind of like a really mean person. You know when someone's so nervous about like, how would I say, like if someone's afraid to like do a presentation at work or at school, it could really affect them because they're so afraid and they're on edge and they can't really focus on other people. So I get the sense that you might be dealing with somebody who has to do this. It could be a big exam, like a big test coming up, or they have to present or make a speech or have to present something at work, or as anything of that line, even like at an event, at a wedding, anywhere. It could be anywhere. So this person might be really focused on this sense of fear in that sense. There can also be a fear of commitment because they're afraid of where they're at in life right now. They're not really happy about that with themselves, with who they are. So there can be that sense too, where this person's kind of putting this block on you too, which is really unfortunate. But this card right now is asking you to not let somebody change your belief system. There could be a reason. There could be a situation where maybe both of you have these strong ideas, a very strong concrete idea, and you're not meeting eye to eye on that. So this card is really asking to take a step back about it. Now's not the time to be obviously you want to be on the same page with this person, but right now it's kind of at a standstill. It'd be really good to take a step back about this. Don't try to see eye to eye about this current situation that you're going through together. Do your own self, right? So if you want to move to a new career path, or obviously not exactly a career path, but anything, right? It could be anything. If you want to do something brand new and you're not getting the full 100% support from this person, this card is telling you to just do it. And as they see you doing it well and successfully, then they'll be on board with it. I know that's kind of lame, but that's kind of how this Seven of Wands works, and that's how they think, They're on board once they see you doing the work and being successful in that work, right? So don't even bother about them. Just do you. Don't focus on how they feel, what they think. I'm so sorry about clearing my throat like that. But yeah, it's about being your own, right now it's about being your own cheerleader, which I know could be really upsetting for some of you. It's about kind of being your own cheerleader and pulling yourself up. Because right now the Seven of Wands can't. They're very focused on their self right now. They're a little bit selfish right now. It doesn't mean they're not in love with you or they don't love you. That's definitely not the case. Because this person cares about you. They're extremely interested in you. But they're just not the best support system, which is really unfortunate. But that does not mean they want you to fail, if that makes sense, right? For a more of more for dating people who are single, this card is desperately telling you to not hold yourself back for someone. If you're seeing somebody, if you're single, or if you're dating, and this person's not meeting you on the same level of things in your life, it's kind of a sign to like kind of do your own thing, and then they will start to follow. Because they are interested in you, but once they see you making sacrifices for them, it's kind of a turnoff. So this card is really asking for people who are dating and single is to kind of like move to the beat, to your own beat, right? Be your own cheerleader, be your own like authority figure, and then they will soon follow. I can see that. Yeah. And okay, I'm getting a lot of feelings too still. Like I was gonna end it at that, but I'm getting more thoughts. Quickly also, this could be something that you turn down. Some of you turn down somebody who's a Seven of Wands and they can't accept it, they're upset about it. Or perhaps they might have turned you down, and this only applies to the ones who it applies to, obviously. But for the ones who did turn you down, this card is definitely asking you to not beat yourself up. It's not because of you that they turned yourself down or turned you down. It's literally because of their own little battles that they're going through, and it's really unfortunate. But this card's also saying it's not you. It's them. I know it's really cliche and everyone says that, but this is the truth right now for this card. So, I know it's a really short message for that specific amount of people, but yeah, I just thought to let it out with this. That's how I felt with this card too. But the main message for everybody is to hold your ground, go by your own beat, and this person will soon follow you. Even people who rejected, or for people who are in a relationship, you guys aren't meeting eye to eye, once you do that, this type of person's the one that kind of like starts to follow along. Like, oh, like that beat sounds good, like I want to follow now too, you know what I'm saying? So it's really annoying, but that's who you're dealing with. That's how they are feeling right now. So yeah, that's the end of this reading, you guys. I hope you liked it. I hope it made sense. If it did, please let me know in the comments below. And thank you so much for being so patient. I really appreciate it. And, you know, I'm going to try my best to not let this ever be a huge gap again with the videos. So yeah, I hope to see you in my next video. I'll see you next time. Bye. And of course, now, if you wish to stay for the other cards, feel free to do that. I know a lot of people do that, and it really does help them. So if you're still around here, you know, we're going to be moving to card number 2. Okay, so card number 2. What card we got? Oh, we got this Seven of Pentacles. I was just thinking about this card. That's so bizarre. Seven of Pentacles. A lot of Seven Pentacles. Okay. What is this? Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so as oh, I really encourage you guys to read the cards yourself by looking at the photos. Look at this interesting illustration. We have this woman who's touching, or not touching, but kind of pondering on all these statues. Is that interesting? Maybe some of you are juggling two men. I'm just kidding. Oh, this is so interesting. Okay, I'm getting a lot of feelings from this. Hold on. So, who are you dealing with in this? What they're thinking? This person, I'm getting right off the bat that this person is having a hard vision of commitment. The vision of commitment or the vision of the future is a little bit fuzzy for them. I'm not too sure why. This idea of planning for a future, like as she looks like she's planning something, right? It looks like it's the idea of planning for a future, but I don't know if so I know both of you are planning a future right now. Both of you want that. One or the other is really considering the future for each other. So I believe that you could be the person who wants a future with this person, or they want a future with you, right? And you have this idea of what you want with them. Kids, a home, whatever that might be the future, or not even that big. It could be moving together. And this person is thinking about that too. Like, is that what they want? Is that what is best for you too? Best for them? It's this huge idea of planning something big and thinking about each other's futures and their own. I get a sense of a lot of frustration, so I'm pretty sure that if this person has not been speaking to you, or if they have already, there has been a lot of sense of frustration with your future together. Some of you might be moving to different places for school or for work, or they might be thinking about moving for work or school. Or some of you want to move in with them, and they're trying to think like, do I want this with this person, or do I want you to move in with them, right? So there's a huge amount of thinking and pondering about each other's futures. What is the main goal, right? And so as like this photo is, this lady is pondering upon this person. What is the goal I want with this person? What is it that I truly want? So, it's kind of an intense card to me, because when someone's thinking about the future about each other, it's like a lot can come from that, right? Someone might be thinking that you are focusing too much on them, and they're worried about that. They want you to focus more on yourself. They care about you deeply. This person really cares for you. They care for you so much to the point where they would almost even sacrifice the relationship if they believe that it would be best for you, if that makes sense, right? So even though they love you, even though they care about you, and they would like to be with you, some of you might be dealing with someone who called it quits because they really truly felt deep inside that this would benefit you more if they cut the relationship off, or not date you. If they chose not to make it official with you, it's almost like this huge sacrifice that they're making, and they think that's what's best for you. And no matter how hard you try to convince them that it's not, they're still gonna do it. They're like, no, I know what's best for you, and I think this is it. So that's a strong feeling I'm getting for some of you. I know it's kind of really direct for just that. It's not a very vague, it isn't a very vague reading or meaning for the card, but that's just what I really feel and what I'm getting. This person might be afraid of losing you too. You've worked so hard, both of you have worked so hard for this relationship or for things to work out, and they fear that all this hard work is going to still fall through. So there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of care for you. This person's really thinking about you a lot and wanting the best for you right now. It seems like their own interest isn't that important. It's a sense that excuse me, sorry. It's a sense that for all of you, for single, dating, and people in a relationship, there's a sense of defeat. There's a sense that, like, no matter how hard you tried or how both people tried, it just seems like there's always another problem to deal with, right? And so now this person is thinking, I need to let this person go right now, not in the future, not for the, just for now and for their future, but who knows what can happen together again, right? This person might come around too, if you give them space, let them kind of ponder on what their decision was. And for others of you, this could be somebody who is more so considering, for people who are dating or single, this person is pondering a relationship with you, but there's a lot of external forces. This person there might be a long distance between you two, so they might be pondering, will this work? They might have to move for school or for work, or they have to go back to their family or move back to a different area, so they're kind of wondering, will this work with us? That's what they're also pondering. This person is pretty much pondering about your future. That's like the main message for everybody. They're thinking more about you than for themselves, because this person's really into you guys. Even though they might not show it, and even though you might not really realize that, this person's into you, but their way of thinking is kind of thinking what's the best for them. What's the best for you. I don't get the sense that they're really putting themselves first for most of you. So, what is the message? What can we do to make this a best outcome? Right, okay, so there are setbacks right now. Clearly, there is a little bit of a setback for some of you, or a bit of slow movement, right? Let this go slowly, don't push it. Let this slide slowly so we can experience the process and journey to the fullest, if that makes sense, right? Because if you rush something, try to get an answer or try to get results right away, there's a very high chance that you miss, it's kind of like almost when push comes to shove, you could change someone's feelings negatively or positively, right? But for the most case, when you push someone or something, it usually concludes to a negative result, right? It's almost like if you're too pushy with someone, they just get turned off. They're like, you know what? Okay, I don't want this. I don't want to deal with it. Like, it's like almost a reminder. Like, yeah, this is why it probably won't work, right? Because they're like, woo, like, we can't even consider or ponder about things, And if that's the same thing as for you, if someone's pushing you, tell them, hey, like, step back. Let's go slow. Let's think about it, right? So whatever this big decision is that both of you are thinking about, whether it's becoming more committed, moving in together, actually making it happen, I get a very strong sense that for some of you, this person will want to move in with you or do some kind of huge commitment. There's a big sense of that too. Right now, maybe not right now. Definitely more so in like winter. Usually winter, fall, that's usually not moving in, but that's usually when this Seven of Pentacles type of people would make a huge decision. Is it positive? I feel like for the most part it's very positive because the person took so long to think about this, right? It's not just something you make a decision out of in a day, right? So with that said, what the result would be is more so something with immense significance and has been put with a lot of thought. So just knowing that in itself is a positive outcome, right? Because this person made a decision and you've made a decision based off of pondering, right? So, and not just out of just pure emotions and like irrational thinking, right? So I hope that makes sense. I hope you guys enjoy this reading. I don't get any bad feelings from this at all. I just feel like the only bad feeling I get is the fact that the movement is so slow, so that could be a little bit uncomfortable for some people, right? If that's the case, fill your time with positive things. Don't let this consume you. Don't let this bother you too much, and let this person kind of get to the point, by giving them time. But also fill your time with good things, right? So you don't have to feel so impatient and itching for time to go by quicker, right? So yeah, that's the end of this reading. I hope you guys liked it. Thank you so much for watching and sticking around. Thank you for the 1,000 subs. I'm really ecstatic about it, and I hope to make more videos and see you in my next video, okay? And whoever decided to stay for the last card, if you choose to, please feel free to do so. Some of you, I believe, really enjoy doing that. It actually gives a lot more clarity. So yeah, we're going to move on to card number 3. We have Tiger's Eye for... Oh, wow, okay. Yeah. It's been... So I guess this 3 of Swords makes an appearance in all of my readings. For new viewers who never got this, don't mind me for being this way, but for my reoccurring viewers, you'll probably realize that, oh my gosh, this card again, right? I mean, you saw me shuffle really well. Anyways, I'm not gonna ponder too much about it. We will get into it. So, the 3 of Swords, right? So, this is a sense of... Well, you know what? I'm not gonna... Let me ponder about this, actually. What are the messages? So many of you have been going through something that's been extremely exhausting, extremely hard to deal with. It's been hard for you to deal with for even these past months now. It's not very current. It could be for some of you that happen currently, but for most of you, it's been going on for a while also. So definitely many of you are going through a situation that's been extremely hurtful. It's almost like unbelievable. It's almost like, did this really happen, right? And some of you are in denial about something, or some of you are going through this huge grieving process. So I'm assuming that the person you're dealing with is heartached right now. They're pretty much, you could have turned them down, or they could have turned you down, and regardless of who did what, this person you're dealing with is in heartache, and you are too, actually. This card is not just for this person. I really get the sense that it's towards you also. This card is asking you to not dwell on what happened, and more so just try to understand what you can do to make this better, right? What have you learned from this experience that you're going through? What can you take from this and grow, right? because there is a lot of good that happened. I'm getting the sense. I'm sorry, I'm going to be like rambling. I'm just getting like a rush of emotions and information. So I'm just going to try to say it all I can say. But many of you are going through the grieving, and this card is asking to not stick with the bad, but also look for the good in this whole thing. Because there was a lot of good that happened, a lot of growing up. I get the sense that many of you grew up a lot in these past 3 months. Yeah, of course, 3 right here. In these past 3 months, many of you probably left a relationship, or the idea of a relationship did not manifest around August. Like nearing the end of summertime, it could have fell through 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago. It could have been some sort of that. So this person is really hurt too. They're really unhappy with how this came out, what the decision is, but they're going to stick their ground. They're not going to budge. For some of you, they might budge. I get the sense that some of you, they might budge in November, but then other of you, I feel like, don't even want that. Like, you went through so much heartache that like you don't even want this person back, or you don't even feel like you want them in your life. But this card is meant to make both people stronger. Many of you went through something that was really hard, and this person is feeling it too. They're going through a lot. Like, it's not easy for any of you. And I'm really sorry about that. You know, I'm laughing because maybe for some of you this does not resonate at all. If it doesn't, click out. It's fine. I'm sorry, but you know, you might be shocked by that, but for many of you, this is really hitting close to home. I feel it, and this is very necessary to happen. This is very necessary for this to happen to who you're dealing with and to yourself, for you. It's very, I don't know if that's the word, if it's karmic. Yeah, it's like a karmic relationship. This is what the destiny just had in cards for you. And this is a process and a journey that you have to go through, because whatever it is, the message is that you have to learn something from this experience, and it's very important. It's making you really stronger. It's actually I'm getting kind of emotional, but I sense that it was meant to happen. It was meant to be this way, and I feel like you sense that way too, but it's very hard to accept it. I think they feel that way too also. So in the future, do you even have a future with this person? Well, yes, I get the strong sense that there's a strong future for you too in the future again, but for the most part right now, I don't even think that's important. It seems like more so there's a really strong lesson that needs to be learned, and this card's begging you to not ignore it. Some of you may be ignoring this process. If that's the case, like, please don't. Please, like, learn from this and really hold on to what the universe is kind of giving to you right now. Because usually when something like this happens, it's more so of getting you ready for something bigger in life. So if you got into a relationship and you came out of it feeling like it was a loss, it's kind of almost preparing you for a better one in the future, if that makes sense, right? Same thing if you're single or dating or any of the sort. It's what you experience throughout this whole thing is what's going to make you ready for something better, and make you wiser too, and how to. It's almost like going to give you like this strength and energy to, well, because I get the sense that, you know, there's that saying that there's plenty of fish in the sea. I feel like this situation gave you better equipment to learn how to fish better in the future. So therefore you can get a way better experience than what you did with this person. Not that I'm saying it was a bad one, but definitely there's always more to life, right? Because you deserve it, and you know you do, And I really have a strong feeling that most of you feel that this was meant to be. Many of you are having a hard time with that, of course, but I know that you do believe that there's more for you out there. And that's and you should hold on to that feeling, because it's true, there is. How they're feeling, they're feeling really regretful. They're regretting what they said, what they did. This person is really unhappy about what has happened, but they're going to stick to their ground, because I think they also believe that this was meant to happen also, but they don't want it to happen at all. Like, they're so upset that it happened. They're heartache, but I'm sorry to repeat myself, but they also believe that this was meant to be, that this was meant to happen right now for whatever reason, because you both have something to learn from it. So is there a future with you two in the future? It's a very high possibility, but since you both learned so much from this and are going to be growing as a person, you two might be different people in the future. Actually, you will be. So the idea of you getting together is very hard to say, but for some of you, you might want that and it might happen. Yeah, it really will. But for others, you would find someone with something way bigger and different. So it's kind of exciting. I just got really excited all of a sudden. Hang in there. I know some of you, this might be happening for a while now. So please, please don't hold on to this anymore if that's the case. For whoever if this is something that happened fresh for you, maybe a couple months or so, you know, go with the process, grieve, do whatever you need to do, and, you know, learn from this process and journey. You know, I know many people who break up and it takes them maybe even like 6 months to get over it, and that's fine. But at the same time, I think that's fine, but at the same time, keep progressing, right? Keep learning and keep having small wins. Start journaling. Start doing more things that you can control, like meditating, getting into fitness, those things you have complete control over, right? So really focus on a healthier lifestyle that for some of you. But for most of you, hang in there. I know it's really difficult, but this was meant to happen, and I think that you believe that was too. So I'm really excited for you. There's a lot more to come in life right now. You know it, and you deserve it. Even if you don't think you do, I need you to cut that out. You need to believe that you do, because you 100% deserve the best and more. Because why not, right? I really don't. Why not? Everyone else can have a great life and everyone else is happy. Why not you, right? And it will happen. It's meant to happen for you. Just hang in there, okay? So that's the end of this reading. I hope you guys liked it. I hope it made sense. Thank you so much for being patient and sticking around. I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video, okay? Bye.